welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to talk about how I found my personal style, or actually how more I curated my personal style. So I have my laptop right here. I'm going to put a pillow on my lap so it's a bit higher up. And we're going to go through how I curate my personal style, because I don't think it's truly finding your style. I think you always know what your style is. It's just about reconnecting to that childhood self of what you liked before you've been told that you shouldn't like it, or what you like before you've been conditioned to think it's wrong. So I want to go back to what I actually like. So it's about going back to yourself, not finding yourself. So I think I found my personal style isn't correct. I think I curated my personal style. So the first thing I'm going to tell you as advice is to live your life. And that's very annoying and generic advice. It's basically like saying be yourself, but like it is how you get better at fashion, I think. It's how you get better at creativity in general, because fashion is just a creative muscle. It's just something that you gotta exercise, and then as you do more of it, you get better at it. It's just like, it takes practice like anything else, creativity. And I think if you live your life, you build your taste outside of fashion and outside of what you're trying to find creativity in. You find out what you like by living your life. You find out what you don't like by living your life. And if you want to get good at fashion, do everything but fashion, is a quote by Sally Singer. And I love that quote because it's just important to build your taste. And I do that by collecting things and keeping what brings joy and letting go of what haunts me, to be poetic about it. I do things that I've always dreamt of. I try to achieve my dreams. If you wait until you're ready, you'll be waiting the rest of your life. That's a quote by Lemony Snicket, and I try to live by that. That I just need to do things when I want to, not just because, and not give myself a million excuses why I can't do it. I should do it. Like, for example, I finally started doing ballet after years of thinking I wasn't good enough, or I couldn't do it, or I was too plus size or disabled to do it. I just started doing it. I just started learning to do pliés and tendus and how to do, like, I looked it all up. I already know French, so I know a lot of the vocabulary, so it makes a lot of sense to me. And it's a very graceful and fun exercise to keep me more like mobile while as I get older, and also will help me to be more graceful, have better posture, have better balance. Like, it helps the circulation in my feet. So like, I just want to live my life and build my taste and build what I love to do, because that's how you find what your fashion, your fashion comes and follows all of that. And it makes sense to build your fashion around your life, not your life around your fashion, you know? So for me, one of the ways that I find my style is by reading and watching films and consuming art in general, because I just find it's very inspiring to see other people create and be unabashedly themselves. And I don't want to be just like them. I want to be my version of myself, you know? I don't want to be like posing as somebody else, because that's not cool. What's cool is being yourself and actually like being like, yeah, I don't really care what other people think about me. This is myself, and I'm unabashedly myself, and I trust myself enough to know that I'm good, and that people who say I'm not might just be having their own issues, you know? So it might just be a projection. I think that's the level of confidence you need to be able to create, and that's hard to get when you've been told that you suck by literally everybody, and are abused and just feel like you have no worth. But just remember that you do have worth. You are worthy of creativity and love and happiness. And I think it sucks when people make you feel smaller than who you actually are. You deserve to take up space. You deserve to feel your feelings and to express them. And everybody deserves that. So like, you can make art, and you're allowed to make art, and I'm giving you permission. You should give yourself permission though, is what I'm saying. I don't need to give you permission. You don't need my permission. I'm just saying you are allowed to do it. So just do it. I'm not quoting Nike. I'm just saying do it, you know? And just consuming all culture builds your taste, because it makes you realize what you like and what you don't like. It's a part of living, is consuming culture, by like living in the music and the food and like consuming life as fully as you can, and slowly and consciously, and not just rushing through it, and not just trying to get a good picture, but actually being present. It's very important. And also, it's important to love and to hate. I think knowing what you hate helps you have better taste. No offense, like it's not mean, or it doesn't talk about anyone else's opinion. It doesn't matter what others people's opinions are. What matters what your opinion is, And that's all that matters when you get dressed, you know? Like, you gotta know what you love, but you most importantly need to know what you hate, because did you know that people bond more on things that they hate rather than things they love? That's why on social media people like to hate so much, is because it's a bonding experience. How do you want to be perceived is the big question that I like to ask. So what I like to be perceived is intelligent, and I dress intelligently by dressing kind of preppy and like bookish and librarian sort of. I like to look and feel romantic, and I like to show that I love others and appreciate love and the big powers in the universe in a romanticism way of like, there are things that we can't control and we need to relinquish that control and just let it be sometimes. I think that's very romantic. So I try to dress with lots of like lace and pretty silhouettes and just like very romantic, sultry clothing, because I feel like it suits my personality. I'm not that sultry, but I am very romantic, you know? I really like being perceived as an artist and a free thinker, so I like to wear things that are a little avant-garde sometimes, like wearing like bloomers and wearing like baskets and hats and things like that, but I love it, so that's what I do to feel like a free thinker. I have an individuality complex, obviously. It's not great. I'm trying to work on that and be comfortable being around others and not being insecure about myself around others. But anyway, I like to be perceived as innocent and demure yet cheekily rebellious. And that's a key part of it, because I don't want to just be like a doormat. I want to have boundaries, but I also am like demure and sweet and kind, and you know, I'm not like loud and brash or anything. I'm quirky and funny, so I like to put that into my clothing. I like to wear a cute little, like, again, the basket is just funny to me. I think it's cute to like carry a little basket and be like, yeah, this is just it's where I store my potatoes, and it's also where I store my purse and my lipstick. I just love that, and I love just having a little sense of humor in my clothes and wearing like sentimentality as well in my clothing, like having like a locket from my grandmother and putting Kyle, my boyfriend, in it with me, and just like all of those little sentimental things I wear, like those really matter to me as well. And then being cozy and nurturing, and so I like to wear lots of sweaters and be very cozy. So yeah, those are all the ways that I want to be perceived, and that's how I found my personal style, is breaking it down into categories of how I want to be perceived and then dressing to fit those categories. So I hope that helps you, and I hope you have a wonderful day. My name was Kate also, and the music in the video is done by Kyle Green, my boyfriend. He's amazing. You can find his music on Bandcamp. Okay, goodbye.
Fashion with chamomile.